Right, so let's now bring in the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed, who joins us live in the studio. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you very much.
Right, so what reason did the National Security Operative give for storming the residence of Reverend Tim Fojo?
Thank you very much. I would first and foremost say good evening to your cherished viewers out there and those who are following on social media. In fact, this afternoon, we heard about the raid of the house with national security personnel, over 20 of them, who were very armed. And we suspected that yesterday we heard an interview that was granted by the deputy NACOP boss, who had threatened that they had no option than to arrest the good Reverend Tim Fojo. Lo and behold, today we saw the national security outfit who have used this as their modus operandi. We have seen the number of people that they have raided their houses, people that they have picked up unlawfully. So we, the minority, decided that we are all going to besiege the house and to ensure that law and order is prevailed. And this is what we will continue to do should they use any other means to go and arrest people unlawfully. We all know that if they can do this to somebody who has immunity in the constitution as a member of parliament, then what else would they do to an ordinary member like myself and you? So we needed to be very careful of some of these things. They have not provided any reason, but their reason is that they are state security and they have the mandate to arrest. And I think that we have to resist the oppressor's rule.
But some critics say that that was quite reckless on the part of NPP to mobilize your supporters in that manner. Was that a provocation, if not violence?
We have not attacked anybody. We have not insulted anybody. The same constitution that gives the national security the powers to arrest also gives the citizens the right to defense. So whatever be the case, the NPP, the members of the NPP have the right to defend and also to inquire what are the reasons and to also be there as witnesses to see what exactly is going to happen. We're in this country that people have been picked and nobody gets to know where they are whereabouts, and eventually sometimes they come to announce the deaths of those people. So we needed to do a follow-up because this is a member of parliament. This is somebody who is a ranking member on defense and security. And we think that it is proper that we are all there to see and exactly to know what the national security is looking at for.
So did you engage the security operatives in any way, and on what basis did they eventually withdraw?
We told them that we would not allow them to go with him. If they want to go with him, they have to go with everybody if they have space to accommodate us. And eventually, looking at the numbers, maybe they did not have the cells to accommodate us, so they had to go.
So, Reverend Tim Fojo has raised a number of issues. If he has the evidence, why hasn't he just provided these evidence so that everybody can rest? Or has he been able to share with his party leadership?
You see, there is difference that we need to get this matter. When you are providing information, so we need to distinguish between when you are providing information or you are raising an alarm about some potential criminal activity.
What exactly is he doing?
He's providing information and he's raising an alarm on a potential security situation. So when such things happen, you don't go the rigorous way of providing evidence that is provided within the law process, like in the court process.
Basis. You should stand on something. What is that something?
So one, there is that evidence that cocaine issues happened in Cape Coast, the 350 million cocaine. There was arrest. There is also evidence that 150 million cocaine issue also happened in Takoradi. It is also evident that the airmed flight that came from Gran Canaria, from that island to Ghana, actually did arrive in Ghana. All of us know that this flight is supposed to be carrying patients or health-related matters. This air flight did not carry anybody. It came to Ghana, landed, we are being told that this air flight had, the tide had problem and they had to force land. Another air flight from the same island came, and investigations shows that that particular island is known for money laundering and these drug-related issues when we have a drug-related matter in the country presently. Then the issues that were supposed to be explained to the people of Ghana by airport security, i.e. the aviation and narcotic control board, they were silent for close to 2 weeks. Nobody was communicating. Then government comes out to give explanation, which becomes more suspicious. And the defensive nature of government raised alarm. And we said, why is government defending instead of government giving us information that is credible? Then the government communications information contradict the reality of the arrival and the arrival of another airmed flight which came from Grand Canaria, but they said it came from Luanda. Then all of a sudden we saw about the Kavok plane 2, where we are being told that it came for a certain purpose, and all of a sudden the two had problem in Ghana, all the same problem.
So I think these details are out there, we know. But what is your main objective, the NPP? What do you want to achieve with all this? Is it for you to rally your base, your supporter base, looking at your defeat, and so you need something to stand on to, you know, rally political base?
No, we just want to have a free country that is free from drug-related issues.
Right.
We all know the biggest drug issue that happened in this country was 2014. The same president was the president at that time. We also know that drug-related matters that has affected the image of this country had persons who are serving in government today, who are working at the presidency, which they were security personnel. Drug issues are coming. We want the security agencies to come and explain to us so that this will be put on record. Then government decides to defend.
Right.
And when the government decides to defend, it will become very suspicious of this particular matter.
So it's for the image of the country.
It's for the image of the country.
Very
in 2021, Ghana was taken off the blacklist in terms of drug trafficking under the leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Are we risking to go back there because we are not being sincere? And then the UN has also come out on drug-related office, has come out to say that government should help in the investigation.
So the NPP is concerned about the image of Ghana?
Yes.
We'll come back to you. You're live on the Channel One newsroom. I'm Frima Edunyame, and we're still in studio with Haruna Mohammed, Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. And we shift focus now to some party matters. Thank you very much for staying on, Haruna.
Thank you, Frima.
So what's the latest on the work of the committee reviewing the performance of the NPP in the just ended general elections?
Well, the committee was mandated by the National Council of our party as one of the ad hoc committees set up on the 2nd of January after a thoughtful deliberation by members of the National Council. We gave them 3 months to operate. They went through all the 276 constituencies to visit them and take their views, and other people who have also written through the mediums that were provided. As at now, the committee is looking at putting this together in the form of a report to be submitted through the General Secretary to the National Council for a decision to be taken. What is important for all of us to know is that the committee will make recommendations to council, and it is left with council to take those recommendations or otherwise. So as at now, this is where we are. I think that all the relevant stakeholders have been met in this particular matter, ranging from constituency to regional to national, and to the campaign teams, as well as other bodies that are outside the country and affiliated to the structures of the party. So we are waiting on the report of the committee, and I believe that National Council will deal with the report of the committee and make sure that the NPP comes back very stronger in the 2028 elections.
Now, looking at the numbers that you recorded in the elections, it's pretty obvious that your grassroots supporters have some concerns and grievances. Moving on, how is party leadership handling these?
Yes, it's true, because if you look at the analysis of the voting across all the 16 regions, you would see that there is something that we must worry. And also comparing the results of the 2020 elections vis-a-vis the elections for 2024, you will see that the NDC cannot jubilate so much because of that they have won the elections. The numbers that they have gotten is clearly not so much different from what they got in the 2020 elections. You know that in every election when a party is going into a second term, there is what we call apathy. When you are going for the third term, which has never happened before, definitely there will be apathy. The apathy in the first, second term going will be more when you are going for the third term. And this is something that we have worked on, and we did something in the 2008 elections. We led in the first round and we failed through to time, and that was where we lost the elections. We thought that we were going to do something extraordinary in the 2024 elections, but we saw that a lot of people, our party members, use the phrase "menyahwe, yenyahwe," and all these things culminated into the deficiency that we had in the general elections. We can see that people are beginning to feel the pain and to realize that they had done more disservice to the good people of Ghana and themselves rather than going to vote. Ghanaians too have also seen that there's clear difference between the NPP and the NDC. When we were there in power, we ensured that there was absolute power stay. Companies that were working at 20–30% before we came to power moved on to work at 90% and 100%, because we could have light being on for a longer time. For the whole of the 24 hours a day, there is light. We also saw that jobs were being provided. We did not go around sacking people in public services spaces. We also saw how infrastructure were being improved. We also saw how we invested in the health infrastructure.
By the end of the day, what happened, happened.
What happened, happened. And that's why we are taking stock.
Let's quickly, let's look at the former MP for Dom Kwabena Adra Safo's issue. Is the party still pursuing disciplinary actions against her?
Yes, the disciplinary referral action was very specific on the matters that were being tabled. The disciplinary committee sat and decided on a date, invited her based on certain issues that the disciplinary committee thought that they had to postpone the setting of that particular disciplinary measure. So they wrote to her again and sent her copies of that. She said she did not see them. I received her at the party headquarters. I pointed to her how the medium in which these informations were sent. I also had the opportunity to let her know that the lawyer has confirmed, and I have the confirmation of the receival of the postponement. So the whole essence was about postponement. So if she had not heard, they would still invite her for disciplinary. But what is important for people to know is that when you are invited for disciplinary proceedings, it doesn't mean that you are only invited for punitive measures. When you are invited for disciplinary proceedings, you can be invited for an advice. You can be invited for information. You can be invited for directive. So it does not necessarily means that disciplinary proceedings or invitation to meet disciplinary committee is to punish you. We all know that she's a respected member of our party, senior member of the party, and we'll give her those particular protocols and respect.
Very well. Deputy General Secretary of NPP, Haruna Mohammed, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Frima.